Welcome everyone to Pass and Pivot, and we are on to a beautiful new episode with a new guest. And joining us today, we have Nerine Koopman from the Southern Stings. We're so excited to have you, Nerine. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. How are you doing?
Well, I'm better than you though, because you have finals coming up. How are you feeling about finals?
Excited. I think finals, it's always like a new tournament. So all the round robins are done. We all know the teams and whatever. So it's sort of a new tournament. It's a clean sheet to give your best display. So I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely. And I think the intensity lifts even higher in finals. And us as fans, we love that because we love the drama.
Yeah, no, it's been an interesting TNL this one. I mean, this is my first TNL now. My first year playing TNL for Southern Stings, and when it comes to semifinals and finals, there's always a new energy when it comes to that. So yeah,
Definitely.
the fans must be ready for some drama.
Okay, we want that. I'll hold you to that. So on Saturday, let's see the drama. Let's see it come. But let's speak about your journey into netball. Where did it all start for you, Nerine?
So I'm from Ceres, a very small town in the Western Cape, and that's where it originally started. Small, grade one, eager to play, and I just fell in love with the game ever since. And I went on, played primary school, started playing for district netball, in the Boelan. So yeah, that's sort of where it all started in the pipeline to follow my dreams.
Yeah. And when did you know that you want to take this professional or you want to play for a TNL team? Like, what sparked that desire in you?
So this started from school already. So I was about grade
Mm.
5, 6, let's say grade 6. And then I realized like I really want to do netball seriously. So in holidays, I would start training and all of that. And me and my mom also always used to watch the netball. So yeah, it sort of started then. And then in high school, I always used to watch Marty's netball play. And I knew I wanted to go to Marty's and play for them netball. I still had to figure out the degree I was going to study, but I knew I wanted to go there to play netball. So it's always been a dream and a goal of mine. And then also watching TNL in high school, I saw that and that exposure and the likes of Joe, Sasha, them, Shannon, Nicole, watching all of them play when I was still in high school. Those were sort of the people I was like, I also want to play there. It's competitive
Yeah.
and it looks good.
And what position did you play in primary school and high school? Is it still wing attack or was it
So
different?
I actually started as a goal attack. Yes, I started as a
Okay.
goal attack, and I was quite creative on that position. Very much, yeah, a lot of play and stuff. And then in high school, I sort of moved to wing attack center in like Western Cape teams. But at my school, I would
Yeah.
play goal attack, and even in high school, I even played a bit of goal defense, goalkeeper. Like we were a small school, but yeah, so it was an all rounder.
Okay, because it's always when I speak to people who are in TNL now or in a league, they always start in a different position. So I'm very interested in that. And it's very interesting to hear that you're a GA. So you've always had the attacking side in you. And I think that's very visible in how you play.
Yeah, yeah. I've always liked to attack and be creative with space and figure out how to feed the ball. I sometimes get in trouble for it, to be risky and stuff. Obviously,
Yeah.
as a wing attack now, you have to control the attack, so you have to be very clinical in how you play. But I
Mm.
remember when I was a bit younger, then my air rate when I was in Marty's. So then I fully transferred to wing attack. And Coach Dan used to make me run lines for the balls that I
Oh,
threw
no.
away. So yeah, but that was all part of the process and becoming the player.
So speaking on your development to wing attack and having the different coaches coach you, and you're here now in Southern Stings and you are wing attack, how do you see your role in that team and how do you see yourself like being part of that team? How is it being part of Southern Stings? Like talk us through being a Southern Stings player.
So it's for me it's a big privilege being a Southern Sting player. I take pride in my craft as a wing attack and my work rate, preparing. Yeah, I take really big pride in how I prepare and working hard to be the best
Mm.
version of myself for the team.
Yeah.
In the Western Cape, Nepal is quite big, and so it
Mm.
does mean a lot to represent this team, and especially for a lot of our communities. Yeah, the support is massive, and because like our tournaments are always on that side. So our support is not a lot when we go play in Johannesburg or in Pretoria, but we do feel the love and support from home and the messages that they send us, or even when they get us in person. So it really does mean a lot to represent this team. And being a Southern Sting, it's fun. We are a vibrant team, and especially this year, we have a good balance of seniors and youngsters, but we really made it a point to enjoy ourselves. And we tried to be serious, but we realized that just doesn't work for us. Serious doesn't work for us. So we are quite a fun team, but we also are hard on ourselves because we do want to get to that podium stage, and we haven't been for a few years now. It's 2021 was the last time that we medaled. So it's a big goal for us to really get into that podium.
No, definitely. And what are you guys doing to make sure you get into that podium? I'm just going to go straight into it. What do you guys
Going
have
straight
planned
for the...
for? Yes.
Well, I can't tell you all the plans,
No,
but what
definitely.
I
But
can
what are
say
you doing? Let's
is,
say, what are you doing in your own capacity? What are you doing as a player? I can answer
so
that, can't I?
yes, I can answer that question. So what I'm doing to prepare is just prepare myself for from a mental point of view, a spiritual point of view, physically, also being they're quite a physical team as well. So for me, it's important to be strong come Saturday, and that has been my prep for the past 6 months. Really being strong physically and using my speed in an efficient way. So that's been my prep.
Okay, Nerine, like you're saying all these things, and I wish you all the best with what you're saying and what you want to do and how you're preparing. And I support the Fireballs, but I also support the Southern Stings. So Saturday is going to be very interesting for me. So either way, my team is going to win. That's all I'm going to say.
You can't choose two teams. You have to choose one.
The thing is, you guys, there's players that I love in the Southern Stings, there's players that I love in the Fireballs. Like being a netball supporter is so hard because you can't all just play for one team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes
So
sense. I
carrying,
forgive you for that one.
thank you, thank you, thank you. So carrying on, and you've prepared yourself and you've done everything you can mentally, but there have been a few things that have happened in this TNL. For instance, the letter that Netball South Africa put out about them saying that anyone who's playing has to play for the whole week. How do you see that affecting teams? Has it affected your team, Southern Stings, or is it just something that you feel is necessary to make this into a more professional league, if I can say?
So it actually has affected our team in Power Week 2 because we do have a lot of students that is part of the Southern Stings. So that meant that some of the team selections changed. We almost didn't have a full team, but fortunately we could take a few players with and they could ride in Pretoria, or they'd have to travel to Pretoria to ride there. So it was quite difficult and it was challenging, and there's a lot of cost that they had to carry themselves as players. So there's a lot of things that goes into that rule and that letter, and I'm sure Netball South Africa has their reasons in doing that, but in the same breath, there's also a lot of challenges that students face, and they, like, I mean, us as players, we give our all to come and represent on court. And I mean, I was also a student athlete. It's tough when you have to also study and play and study and play. So
Yeah.
I think there could definitely be a better pathway in supporting student athletes to still be able to live out their dreams on court and make it possible for them to still pursue their education.
No, I hear you. I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that. And I think what made it even worse was that it was a letter that came out like 2 or 3 days before Power Week 2 actually commenced. So now there was a lot of chaos in that. And how do you find the way TNL has actually taken place this year? Is there anything that you see that's good, anything that they need to improve on? Because I always see, as a fan, I can say that this is what's happening, this is what they need to improve on. But as a player, what is it that you feel they can improve on?
So I must say the tournament itself is organized very well, and especially with all the support of the sponsors. So that's from that point of view, it's a really well organized tournament. What I can say is, as a player, what was tough for me or challenging a bit challenging as a team this league and the format, because it's basically 2 power weeks of every day playing, and I mean it's about between 6 to 9 games, so that's a lot on the body. And we are physically prepared, but I mean, it's still a lot physically on the body. And we did see a few niggles popping up, injuries popping up. So, in terms of player management and us as a high performance athlete, I do think that the format of how many games we play in a power week can be less, because it's high intensity competition. No, there's no, like in Division 1, there's not one team that's easy to play, or that it's going to
Yeah.
be a 60 minutes where you can just chill out. So it is a lot of hits on the
Yeah.
body, and the recovery time is quite short. So yeah, it was challenging to do that. I'm just grateful my body is still in one piece, but yeah, it is definitely, that's definitely a challenge.
Yeah, and that's something that I guess they can look at and just to see if we can stretch out the league a bit. Because I always want more netball, but I think the
Yeah,
problem is this year there's like the Commonwealth Games, so maybe that was something as well that was a factor. But I think
yeah.
moving forward, you're right. There has to be some changes in what's happening with the TNI.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a brilliant, for me, how I think about it is it's the highest tournament, so it's a brilliant tournament to really go big, especially
Mm,
for fans. I think I remember the one game we played in Power Week was on a Saturday, and there was so many more people who could actually come and watch, which was nice
yeah.
for the fans. It was nice for us, to interact with everyone. And netball
Mm,
fans are hungry to watch the games, I can only imagine. So, and it is quite difficult to come to more
very.
matches during the week. So I think
Yeah.
that's something they can definitely look into to make it more accessible and more, make it easier for people to come watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. These are all the things I've been saying on my page, and you follow my page, so you're aware of that. And I think obviously
Mm.
we can only hope that they're listening, We can only hope that they're listening. And
And the one
it
thing
is
I
good.
hope for is that they bring one power week to the Western Cape. That's the one thing I hope for.
Yeah,
That they at least bring one weekend or something to the Western Cape. That would be amazing.
I feel like you guys deserve Shem. The last time we went down, that was in 2023, I think, for the World Cup. That was the last time we actually went to watch netball. Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Exactly. That's too long.
Run me through what a training day looks like for being a Southern Stings player. What do you guys do? And maybe a match day. Also, run me through what is your personal prep for a match day?
So we as teams, like, we only train twice a week as a team together. We do our gym sessions
Mm,
and our SNC sessions on our own. So on Mondays and Wednesdays we'll train together. For me personally, game day prep would look something like, I like to journal. So I
mm,
would do a journal. I would have, so me and Amber, actually, Amber was my roommate. On game
yeah.
day we would do a cold plunge and just wake up the nervous system. So
Mm,
we would do that. We would have team meeting then as well, where we would just go through final game plans, chat through what we need to do so that everyone's on the same page. And then I like to then just put my earphones in, focus, listen to gospel music, listen to other playlists that I've made, game day playlists, those things like that. So that I get focused, and then I like to visualize as well. So these are all a few steps that I could do to prep myself and to get me in the right space for game time.
that sounds amazing. What is the gospel song that you're listening to right now?
So there's a few, but now I really like Be Still. So that one also, and the version I like now is from the New Apostolic Church Cape Town Choir, the orchestra.
Ooh,
So it's quite like, it's a nice, it makes me focus and it makes me calm. So I like that one. I have a whole playlist.
oh, love that. I
Yeah,
love
there's
gospel
a
music.
few.
Hmm,
Yeah, I know my
definitely.
faith, that's key, and that's everything for me.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about your faith. It's hard to be a person of faith or be a person who speaks boldly about their faith in an environment where not everyone feels the same way and not everyone believes the same thing. So, how has that affected you, or how do you feel about that in the environment of the Stings?
I think being a Christian We are called to live out our faith, and we are called to praise the Lord in any space and in any form and through any gift that He has given us. So for me, I've tried to put that at the forefront. So I don't force my faith on anyone, but I try to love according to the example Jesus has set for us, and to love out my faith through my netball. Netball has actually been one of the key things that has, I want to say, like, cultivated my faith, because we go through so many things as netball players and challenges. So that has always taught me where I find my help is always through God, and like He brings me calm when I'm stressed. Like even leading up to this weekend, I mean, it's a big game, and it's so easy to make everything about this game. But at the end of the day, we are here to worship through our gift. So regardless of what happens, like I'll still praise the Lord. I'll still give Him thanks for the gift that He's given me. So yeah, that's exciting. Like that makes me emotional. That makes me even more excited to play Saturday, because it's another opportunity to give thanks. Yeah.
No, definitely. And I wish you all the best again for Saturday. And that's beautiful to see and to hear that there is someone who is so boldly aware and boldly standing up for their faith. I really admire that. And I'm just so grateful to hear that. And you know what? God will bless that. So we move on to the next part of the interview. And I think I'll just go into more of your desires in netball. What's the next thing for Nerine in netball?
So, the next thing for me is I really want to represent the Protea netball team. So that's always been a goal and a dream of mine. And that's something that I am working towards. I had an ACL meniscus tear 2 years ago. So this is only my second TNL coming back from that. And that is, so it's also been a journey coming back, and this is sort of my first 10 hour where I really felt fully myself, and I could actually, yeah, from a physical, not a lot of people obviously know my own personal journey and whatnot, but yeah, this is the first 10 hour where I prepared well, and I feel strong and my knee feels strong. So what's next for me is becoming the best version of myself. Firstly, as I said earlier, like my craft is important for me. Like I take pride in how I show up. So I always want to show up in the best way that I can. And with that, hopefully, God willing, I achieve that goal of becoming a pretty netball player.
Definitely. I wish you all the best with that. And it'll be exciting to see you in the dress. It would be very exciting to see you in the dress, Nerine. That would be amazing. And I think definitely all the hard work that you're putting in right now and all the hours you're putting in, it's going to pay off. All the best with that. It would be so nice to see you in the dress, to work with all the other players. And who knows what will happen? Anything can happen. We believe God is a good God. He hears our prayers. So you just keep putting in that work.
Thank you.
If we're moving on to in terms of you playing for the Spa Proteas one day, are you looking into coaching maybe? Is that something you're interested in, or are you just enjoying playing in your career?
Actually, I love coaching as well. I don't coach currently now, but that's definitely something that I will look into after playing. I do love teaching, so I'll definitely, yeah, I'll be interested in coaching once I'm done.
I feel like you're a great person to ask. Nerine, you are very much a social media person, and I see you post blogs, and I'm very much engaged in your content, and I really enjoy it. How do you feel about netball being used in the social media space, and how is the marketing of netball like something that people can actually, as netball players, how can you guys use it to your advantage and to the sport's advantage, if I can say? I'm not sure if you've seen Jamie Lee Price.
So I saw Jamie Lee Price's post, and that was also for me, like, as netball players, this is where you build your brand, and it's not for, how can I say, a lot of people misunderstand it sometimes, but it's a powerful tool for you to also build your own brand, but more than that, to invite people into the netball world. So that's why I like sharing the journey, and I like sharing what we're doing, because I do want to invite people into the netball world, because there's not a lot of avenues that do that, and fans want to see, not just fans, just people I know like a lot of rugby players, a lot of other hockey players, a lot of my friends who's in other sports codes. Just by me sharing what's happening in netball, they're also watching it, or they also know now when TNL is, or there's that visibility that happens. So I think it's very important for us to keep pushing and keep pushing that, because we do want to get to a point where, or at least I definitely do, where netball is professional in this country, where I don't have to work another job
Yes,
to do what I love. And I feel
definitely. I
I'm
agree with
very
that.
passionate about that
Very
topic.
important that,
On that topic, I can yappa yappa all
no.
day long. So
We love a yapper on netball on podcast. We love it.
no, I can yappa, I can rant all day long. Sometimes I have to be like, no. But yeah, I'm very genuinely passionate, because I truly believe that it is a platform where we can become professional. I mean, the biggest female sport in
Yeah,
South Africa. So to me, the numbers
definitely.
are there. So, and yeah, companies, I also studied a bit of like business stuff. So I know that companies want a product that they can invest in, that they see is successful. So if they have that visibility, and that's through social media or through whatever, then they know, okay, cool, these people, they can invest in it, and it will give a return. So it's sort of that thing, yeah.
Definitely. Okay, Nerine, thank you so much for your time. But before we end, I would like us to do some quick fire questions. So basically, there's 5 questions that I'm going to ask you, and you can say the first thing that comes to your head. All right, the first question, coffee order.
Cappuccino.
Very good answer. The second order question, one player who's hard to play against.
There's a few in Division One. They're quite competitive. A lot of wing defenses that are quite competitive. I would say she didn't play wing defense this year a lot, but I always love playing against LA on wing defense. Yeah, she's very good on wing defense. So but she's not playing this season now, but I know on wing defense she's quite good. So that in previous years that was a nice challenge.
Third question, indoor or outdoor? Indoor court or outdoor court?
Indoor. Leave this outdoor
Definitely.
business. Indoor.
It's cold. It's very cold. And then the fourth question, your favorite song right now?
Yo, that's so difficult. Oh, Joy by Ray. So
Mm,
it's like Joy.
yes, I know
Ray.
Joy, but
Yes,
yeah,
love
yeah,
it.
yeah. And then the
Yes.
final question, what netball pet peeve?
I have too many. I have too many. My nipple pet peeve when I run that pocket and they don't throw.
Oh yes, that would be irritating. You've done all that work.
Mm,
Yeah, no,
Because
definitely.
it took everything out of me to run that pocket with speed, and they don't throw the ball. That's my nipple peeve.
Yeah, that's so rude. So rude. Okay, Noreen, thank you so much for joining us on Pass and Pivot. Any last words before you go into finals week?
I just want to say that everyone should watch the games. We need people to watch the matches. Either come to the Rembrandt Hall, come support everyone you want to, watch it on DSTV. We need eyes, we need numbers.
Thank you so much, Noreen, for joining us. Really enjoyed our chat. Really enjoyed the technical difficulties, but it has been so great. Thank you for coming, and I will hope to see you as a champion after finals week.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it. Okay, have a
And
good
you
one.
have a good one.